Oh, hello, 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 and welcome. This is Julian with the Jewel Design, and we are here today working on one page of our garden stroll, a secretarial folio journal. Last weekend, I guess, we worked on trying to fill in our journal that's on the left side of our folio with pieces that are part of the actual digital kit. So the journals, I think it's vintage, no, Victorian? I looked into that, maybe vintage garden stroll. I put in the link in the last video if you're looking for the digital that I'm working with. And it's also a print and ship, like on-demand print and ship in the Jewel Design side. So I can print it for you and send it to you, or you can buy it digitally and print it as much as you need to create yourself your own little journal. But we took a lot of the pieces from the journal on Saturday, right? The journal cards, the pockets, the interesting shapes that I provide you with, and we started working on pages, like where to put things and stuff. And this page ended up with 3 pockets, with a little 4th little slit pocket, and I just sort of laid it out, and I was like, that is so pretty. So today, I think we're just going to work on this page alone. We're going to decorate the pockets, we're going to decorate the ephemera, and just sort of beautify this page. But it probably is going to set the precedence for the rest of the book, which means I got to be careful. I get too fancy here, I'm going to want it to be really cute and fancy on every page. And you have to give and take. You have to find your median that works for you, because sometimes we get really fancy on a page and then the rest of the book looks really right? Like, oh, well, that was sort of pretty. Right? So, but it's okay. Sometimes a page just speaks to you and you just can't help yourself, and you know what you need to do with it, or what you may want to do with it. So we're just going to roll with it. We're going to run with it and see what happens. So I've got my Sari Silks. We use this for a pocket, so I don't think we're going to use that for anything big on that end. I'm trying to see. We've got the crochet lace. We have the blue lace down here. I have another whiter lace. Not much on the thin side. I'm looking to see what I have. I do have some light stuff that we can probably cut down. This is really pretty and floral. This was a huge seller at one point. This one's fun because you can weave through. I don't know how to do that. Like a ribbon through the middle of this and really enhance this. So this is always a fun piece to use. But, oh, I do have florals. They're a little off in color because of the green. If the green wasn't so forest, which I love, this would be fun. But it definitely pulls from what little green I have in this one. But maybe a small section of it could be used on something. We may just give that interesting pop. That might work. But I love this teal one, and I think we're going to use it up here. We have this one that I so want to put into the front cover, so I'm really looking forward to that. It is a double layer. But I saw that little teal one, and I put it down there for the photo, and I was like, that looks so cute. I can't see us not doing it, right? So like this one needs some work too. I think I'm going to do distress more of this. I try to do like just little spots of it, and I didn't care for it. So we need to really put some more ink on all of this. And then, we've got 2 cards to something to decor here and 2 cards here. So we got stuff to do. But I like the idea of this little Paris ephemera piece I had. And I liked the idea of actually this strip of blue to help bring it together down here. For sure. Some pearls and other things. We have a little stamp down here and a butterfly for, I thought my nails would be, I don't know if my nails are dry or not. I can't tell. Sorry. I want to look pretty and Valentine-y, right? We are literally less than 2 weeks away from Valentine's already. And, which I'm hoping on Thursday, a little Valentine project. I don't know exactly, sort of like a Happy Mail type project. I want to work on, I have this cute, they're single-sided. I have this beautiful, this is a Perfect Fit Cherish. It was a Creative Memories kit, and it is these really vintagey, colors. They're not quite, bright red, and they're really pretty, and I'm like, but they are single-sided, so I don't think any of them, oh, no, that one has a pink on the back, that has pink on the back. Oh, no, they are double-sided. Oh, yes. Okay, anyway, so I got excited. There is some color on the back of some of these. Alright, because I thought I had one page, and I was like, that doesn't have anything on the back. No, they are double-sided. Oh, cool. Okay. Anyway, some vintage, rich, yummy looking folded something Happy Mail. I think it's going to be on Thursday. A little early, but, you know, not really. But if I do that on Thursday to get them ready, you know, the following weekend is, you know, the weekend after that is a Valentine's. So we are right there. But I hope you're all doing really, really well. Oh, this is our, if we don't lose it, I think this is our pink tag for this one. Also, remember, we're going to put some tabs on the top of the pages to make, you know, to indicate some fancier pages, some excitement. Okay, where to start, right? Anyway, I was putting on some clear coat and some color that's supposed to help, what's the word, protect my fingers. I'm trying to, I don't know so much, grow them out, but I'm trying to get some rid of the last damage from some of the stuff I've been doing lately. You know, I was doing up into the holidays, all this silly stuff. Okay, so those are all of our journal cards, right? That all going. So now when you take the cards out, this is all we see, right? We have our 3 pockets with our 4th little slit in here, and to help sort of stack the shelf a little bit better. So we have a pocket and a pocket. This is sort of a wavy one. This has a thumb notch, and this is straight across. That's why I call it a shelf, because it feels like something like if you're going to stack books and stuff on it, right? So I want to sort of decorate each piece, not too much in the sense of too low, more up high, up in corners. So when we stuff ephemera in it, we're not sliding across something that could be knocked off. You know, we don't be knocking off pearls. We don't want to be doing that kind of thing. So, but yes, as you can see, everything is a mess. Now, I did find some whale tails that might go with this, but I'm realizing I don't really have that much room. I mean, I guess I could. I mean, our tabs do not have to be perfectly 3 or 4 across to see them. They can. If I need more, we'll just keep overlapping in ways that they're stacked, so it'll look very, you know, exciting and busy. So, it doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, I need 4 straight across, and they have to all be seen. And we're gonna let that play however it needs to. So if I do decide to add in, I think my biggest thing is just making sure it looks really cool, where we have the difference between these that are solid to this that's open white, which I could add more ink to it, you know, right? So it's not so white, to something like a whale tail that is embossed. And I think I'd be using the pink ones, maybe even the cream one. There's a pretty cream one in here. That, are these, we were doing these when we were selling them in the beginning of the, yeah, guys, that's the other thing. 2 days after Valentine's Day, we will be at our 2-year anniversary. Oh, this is the thinner, like, packing paper and eco-dyed paper and stuff. So it is pretty thin. So, I'd almost want to glue them back to back and then fold them. They're pretty thin. Okay, so we'll see. I don't know. It's not as what's the word? Sturdy as I was hoping. So we'll see. We'll see, right? But I like these. I like the idea of these guys. So we'll see. I was like, what's that? I'm like, oh no. I'm like, please don't have somebody start gosh know what project, right? And it's early in the morning. It's actually it's early in the morning for me, so I can get these videos up to you guys. I also need to do some planning and whatnot, and I can't because I have this mess on my desk. I'm like, I can't even happy plan. Like, I need to get the monthly taken care of. I need to get my week all situated. And I was like, I can't do that when I have a project on my desk, which is really hard when you're one and only craft spaces, you know, well, all in one. So this one, we could put some lace down the side on this one, I think, to help maybe anchor these two together. Yeah, nail polish is not, I don't know, I got this new stuff and it's not working to my liking, of course. I could go really pale, really light, and do a little strip of this, or we can go a little heavier, and I think maybe not that, because we've got something like this which has some weight to it. I think we can handle something of that nature. Yeah, okay. This is our crocheted. This is what was last of the Dollar Tree, at least in my neck of the woods. Ugh, it doesn't exist anymore. Oh, which I found other vendors, and we provided really fun, you know, pieces for you guys, but I don't think I found this style in a little bit. Okay. So what are we doing? But yeah, so trying new products, trying to figure out ways to protect and grow my nails out. I thought a builder gel was going to work, and they did not know what they were doing, so they put it on, and then you fill it, and it's like, if you had to take it off, it still has the outgrowth. It still has all the issues that any other gel or builder would have, or acrylic would have. So we gotta make sure we don't get into the crease though of what we cut, right? And I am seeing that, I think it's ripping a little bit. I am going to cut a little bit into this corner, really lightly, carefully, just to see if I can lengthen, without doing that though, our hole a little bit. We were noticing that, we didn't quite go wide enough when we went to want to go put our stuff in. So anyway, I've been trying to not, I'm actually growing out just gel off my thumbs because they're way too active, so I did not yank that off. So I just paint over them. I just paint over it. I don't care. Now, for whatever reason, this piece of lace is definitely, I'm gonna let it hang over a little bit. I think that's fine. I think it's great. And then, I don't think I have, I want to go little because I know I want to tuck. Yeah, I'm doing other things. We're tucking one of these pieces. What piece was it, guys? I know I trimmed, I guess I trimmed this one down. I think it was her. But, I pulled them out and wasn't really paying attention to what order those were in. Whoopsie. Alright, well. Nope, I think, I'll do pearls as a third or fourth item, I think. But because there's lace and stuff here, we're gonna combine the glitter glue as our, not glitter glue, our, what is it? Keep to our fabric tack. There we go. I just want to make sure that I didn't glue that shut all of a sudden. That'd be so bad, right? Alright. It's just a decorating day, chat day. I know not a lot of excitement that way, but I don't know. Okay, where are they? There we go. Let's see. But yeah, no, I've been trying to get that separation, that dent, that whatever you want to call it, out and off my nails. So far I'm just growing out the gel, on the thumb, because my thumbs are really busy. I use them for everything, and so this one actually has a slit in it, so if I'm not careful, it's going to keep going, so I'm trying to heal that, and Alright, enough of that. 3 down there, why not? Little scissors, too many scissors. So what are we working on, ladies and gentlemen? Are we doing cute Christmas, Valentine happy mails? Are we doing, full-blown spring? Are we still in winter? I mean, I don't know. Parts of the U.S. is getting the oddest. I mean, they had ice storms over, a week ago, and snow, and here we are drier than dry right now. California is not doing so well. I think what rain we have gotten has actually been down in the southern parts, either far north or far south, so that's Midlands. Middle peeps are not doing so well. We don't have rain. We haven't had rain. There was a system out there over, that we could see building on the weekend, but it's, by the time it hits inland, it sort of putters out, so not good. Okay, so I think this is the one we were cutting down to fit, but then I realized it was too tall, and that was my worry. So I think she ended up in here. So one of these, that's right. We decided to do this little guy because I think this was the most prominent possibility. And we're going to do something. Remember, everything we're putting in here is a journal card, so it can be written on the back. But it does mean we have to do something to the back. Because if you're watching, but yeah. I forgot to print on the back of these in preparation for this. I was so just like, I gotta get it printed, and then I got sidetracked and didn't get back to it, and then, okay, we gotta do a video, and started cutting. Started trimming stuff up, forgetting that there is nothing on these. So we're just gonna sort of do a very messy, obvious, just to sort of get something going on them so that they don't look so bland and easy to write on them. So that's going to go in there, which means I definitely want something right here. Whether it's an applique, whether it's, I want to use this as a flag, so I don't want to do that. I was showing the flags over the top. Oh, but I didn't actually cut them out yet. Okay. So I don't want to forget about that. That's going to be sort of a flag decorative piece. I mean, I could do the scallop to scallop thing, but I don't want to make it super, no, I don't want to do that. We need either a cute applique on the top, or I put like a flower in that middle section, which that would work. Pulling from the scraps. That one is, how big do I want to go? That one will work. The nice thing about appliques and certain trims is that, well, you can just cut out whatever you want. Applique trims are great for that because you can cut the shapes that you need and the things that you want. This and our dangles were really good for that. Now, if I want more color to this, I love the fact that most white trims and laces will take oxide. So I can leave it white for contrast, or I can paint it pink. But I think at the moment I want it white. Later, if I need to, I can take a small brush, one of our brushes, and I can add the spun sugar to it if I really want the pink, if I feel it's not doing. You may have something small enough that I could just do the middle, like just get the middle into it. But I've done that to a number of our laces, especially when they're white. And I'm like, nope, that's not going to work. Now, what I do just realize is that I need, oh, it's right there. Thankfully, for once, I actually have one of my tools with me and not on the other side of it. And I made myself do this video this morning because we are knee deep in more orders. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But I was like, they'll get out. I will get them all out. But I am going to round all these only because I think it's going to be a smoother transition to get things in and out. That one I did round. I'm a little bummed about it because I love the bottom, but the top sort of bugs me. I don't prefer, but I can't handle when I have a square outline and then we round the outside. I don't mind the bottom. It looks great. The top is bugging me. So, of course, I'm going to do the one thing I probably shouldn't be doing. I really need to quit doing this with my shears. I probably need to do some nails. Okay, there we go. We're going to make it a little different. I didn't tear it. I just did something like this. I'm going to cross it with gives it a fun, whatever. And if I put lace behind that, actually, it would actually be a nice, cute topper to this. Yeah, I feel that if I round any kind of square item, and there's an inside border, that inside border better already be pre-rounded. So when I design, I'm like, no, if the outside's going to get rounded, I think the inside needs to get rounded. And that's just me. That's my own little OCD that I can't handle. So we can do, no, but these are a little heavier. I could do this one again, but I think I need a pale pink. Guys, we need to find some pale pink and pale green. Really thin little, like this. I have white ones that are, they're double, right? We've cut them in half and you get this. I need to find them more colors because I feel there's times where just this is not enough. I mean, this is probably the best thing I have, and it may be the piece, but that's our go-to. Actually, yeah, that sort of works for me, actually. Well, that actually sort of works, and it doesn't take in a lot of space, so, all right, let's glue that down. I am not giving myself a whole lot of space. But anyway, yeah, we, thank you. We restocked with 30 plus items from Lorette at the Vintage Paper Girl. She's my counter partner, my business partner, my crafty person in crime, and my mother. Woohoo! All in one. I love it. And I do have, that might be too thick. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But anyway, she had all kinds of wonderful things that she has been making over the years. Some of it's she's had for, 4 years and never gotten to it, never got to finish it. And so I could do this, which is really fluffy, right? I could do the fluffy component, which is a little hard, but it can be done. Ew, I sort of like that, guys. It's sort of like it's like a chenille. It's a yarn. It's a chenille yarn, I think. And that's sort of cute. And then put some pearls or something on top. Okay, never mind. We're doing that one. What happens when you all of a sudden look over and you're like, wait, what is that? I forgot about that. I'm moving this up, guys, because it is definitely what was this on? Does anybody remember what this was on? I unpinned something. I know this is a mess, but so it's not this one. And there's florals in that one too. So there's all kinds of florals in that. I don't think we have any more of that either. Oh, it was this one. I was like, what did I pin? I guess I pinned this, repinned this, huh? I guess that's what that came from. I'll find out. I'll go later going, that's not the pin I wanted. We try to pin things down so that they don't go flying, unraveling every time we turn around, but, anyway, yeah, so she's been working, something she's found in her stash, and she's like, I just need to finish it, and I need to be done with it, and, you know, other things are a little newer, but, yeah, she really just sat and just crafted all December and into January, and, you know, she had the energy, that's what she did, and so then she's like, I have all this left, I have all this stuff that needs to go out into the shop. I'm like, okay. So, anyway, we have a few pieces, we do have some pieces left, not a lot. I have to mention around another piece or two or three sell, which we're so thankful for. We have a ephemera bundle kit left. We have, oh, what do we have? All kinds of pretty, I mean, we have a few journals left from on her side. Now, everything is for her. If you are aware, the Vintage Paper Girl, Lorette Chandler, the Vintage Paper Girl. Oh, you can see that there's a lot of glare. I should get the one that's not glared. I love it. I'm like, oh, I'll laminate them, right? And then I didn't realize that we'd have a glare every time we turned around. Lorette Chandler, Vintage Paper Girls over at YouTube. She is the Vintage Paper Girl category in the Design Journal and Supply shop. And then there is a Design Journal and Supply handmade supply, category, and that's stuff I create, ephemera-wise. And then, of course, everything else is all the supplies that you need, hopefully want, and whatnot to do what we do. Or at least I make an attempt to see if you can create your own beautiful creations. So, yeah, she has lots and works on projects for you guys and design team projects when she can as guests. And so that does, you know, sort of build up your stash, and you're just like, oh, okay, I need to stop and finish everything. But so she finished a bunch of stuff, and so that's what we've been doing. We've been doing a lot of that. Now, I love my pink, and I don't know, I believe it's Tina. Liz, Tina. Gave us all kinds of beauties a while back. She usually watches, so hopefully. And I love them. I feel like we need to do more pink. Now, I don't know whether we keep to the floral sort of feel, right? We have a flower on this one. Do I want to put a flower up on this one? I have these beautiful flowers that are in pink. I've talked everywhere. I mean, I could do a single and then some pearls off of it. I have green, but that's a green, right? I have rose gold. Oh, I have a cute, oh, I have some flat. Oh, these would be actually, this would all be really pretty in that other project we were about to think about. Ooh, okay. Not that I don't have enough, but hold on, let me get hot. That's what I want. All right. I love to put these. It's not so much the silver and purple, but the hearts and the rose gold pieces here would be a beautiful addition to the other thing I want. The next round. I'm gonna have something like that. I just want to go pink or white, right? No, these are beautiful off-white colors. I mean, that is very pink, but a set of 3 would give me something very border. I want to put something in the corner. I really just want to put something in the corner. I don't know why. So maybe it's more, I like the teardrop idea. I can even do 2. Oh gosh, I hate to cut this. Oh, there's not a really good way to cut this, is there? I see what I did there and there. Yeah, I don't have a choice. Okay. Yeah, you hate to cut things, but there we go. I love all these things that we were given. They were so sweet of her. Okay. So I could do it like this, more like a brooch kind of feel. I mean, it is garden stroll, so it's all getting decked out. It's to take a stroll, to take a walk in the gardens, in the park, to be seen, right? You want it to be seen. It actually reminds me of masquerade almost, like they're getting decked ready for a masquerade ball. I don't know why. You know, if you took the pearls out, that'd be a mask, right? Ugh. Hopefully this stays together and this doesn't keep unraveling. I didn't realize how much chiffon would do that. Okay, so here we go. We got a cute little, where's our proper, I guess I better get moving here. You guys are going to be like, I'm not going to get very far here if I'm not careful. It is really easy to sit here and chat and do this and not get very far. I think we don't realize, you know, videos are great, but they can mean we don't get as much as we want done. Because we're talking and we're chatting and we're not in our own little la-la land where we can just work without thinking and without explain. No, I don't need to explain anything. I'm just decorating. But it's the ideas, my thoughts. I'm letting you know what I'm thinking, but why I'm picking what I pick. And usually I do, I'm afraid, I do have a rhyme or reason to it. I don't rarely do anything very off the cuff. So I was sort of thinking on this one was, yeah, to take a chunk, even though and maybe as least amount of green as possible and put something in the corner here because we have flowers, right? So to enhance it, maybe use it up a little bit. This one's going in behind stuff. It's a lot of corners, I noticed. Yes, we're going to do a lot of corners. A lot of corner pieces. So right now I don't think we're going to do much to this one. I think it's just going to be this beauty. I think it's just going to be her on top. But before I do it, I want to make sure, like, I may want to do some lace this way, something this way to here, and a little bit out. So it has sort of a border. It's really light. Something that's like it's sitting on, right? Something that gives it some purpose. But I'm going to leave that up there just in case. And my voice is off today, guys. So sorry. It's the only downside about doing it too early in the morning. But it's been a lot of late nights. Okay. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. I would love to put some blue on that. No, we were going to put a smidge of blue. Make sure I don't, yeah. On the other kit. Remember, we're going to go across the bottom, which is what made me think to put this sort of here as a, I have it in pink. This is my Tiffany blue. We have it in navy blue, and then we have it in pale pink or pink, whatever, shabby pink. But that would be a lot of pink on pink. So I'm really loving that we're getting some teal in here from the ephemera. Remember we said we'd make the pocket sort of blend in with the page as long as we had ephemera that was the opposite. So pink page, but a lot of teal accents, a lot of minty teal blue accents in here. A little bit of the green, but you know, I did do a darker, and you know, it's just a darker green. It's a little bit more yellow than expected, but she has the two, you know, the two girls are in everything. I love it. So I'm like, they're in everything. I did pink, and it was these two girls that we had. Some were together. Yeah, I think they were together. I do have another image. It came off her. So, oh, the voice. Oh, from there, I'm like, not another cat. Cats get all temperamental. I'm like, no, no, no. So it's, I like the overlap. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. We have to think of something. I need to just do some kind of folded Valentine Happy Mail. I don't know. I mean, there's stuff out there, and it is double-sided, so it helps. I'm still looking. I gotta find some more. I was watching Treasure Books, and she was just doing like a folded pocket, a 4-fold pocket, but when you're giving that away, I mean, I don't know, I'd have to definitely put little, you know, cute little Valentine cards in it kind of deal. Or make, you know, find little Valentine cards or something to put in it. But I was like, Happy Mail is, you know, in this case is either for a few friends. Usually I'm trying to do Valentine's from, like, you know, for my gal pal kind of deal. I seem to do one or the other every so often. I make something little handmade for Christmas. This year I found things to buy, but I did crochet glow-in-the-dark snowflakes. I thought that was fun. I was like, for everybody. I was like, oh, I love mine. So now I have some blue and some white left over still, and I'm like, I want to crochet some freestanding like flowers of some sort so that I can put them in my kitchen. So that at night when I turn the lights off, I have my, you know, these little things glowing in the dark. It's bad. I'm like, it's like having all your twinkle lights after Christmas. You end up putting them everywhere else just for decor. And so, okay, now this is where, sorry, I hear voices. I think our new neighbors are officially moving in. Okay, I could do, because I feel like we need to continue to sort of anchor this down. So I can do, I don't know if I want to keep going this way with it. I feel like we need to go this way with it. Themes are good. I could get a bigger flower. That one's sort of sweet. I could do a flat. Sometimes things of 3, right? So we could do a flat white, a pink, and I have a green. Hold on. And I could do, the green's a little off, but it's not bad. No different than if we do the other one. I could try to take a rose out of this one to add to this one. They're about the same size, and then that little one. No, why not? We're gonna go for it. We need a nice. This is the one pocket that is not obstructed in any way. It is the one piece that does not get anybody's way, and I think we're gonna try to keep some of the leaves even. Let's see if I can cut this. And you always keep trimming it down, but once you start small, you can't go back up. You can only go down from here. Tiny little, and I don't get rid of this. This goes, ooh, maybe we can add it to something. So we can bring it up to the top, right? I'm sorry, I'm taking off a tiny little piece here. So maybe we end up finding something somewhere to put that. It's an edge piece at this point, which is great. So we're doing this. And I think I'm gonna do, we don't want too much symmetry. We're gonna take that. There we go. So we have that. Another. I don't know, sometimes it's just, who wants lace when you can have all these pretty little pieces? Now, we used to have all these laces in the shop. They are all pretty much sold out. These are the scraps that are left over when I go to cut out your yards and your foots and your increments. This is all I have. This is what's left over. Or maybe I took a yard in the beginning and then we sold off the rest of the bulk. So, and there's no idea. A lot of the stuff was bridal, came out of major lace conventions, and then into shops. So it's been passed from shop to shop. Okay, so we've got that, and then one of these here, maybe. Yeah, okay, let's cut this off so that I can see what I'm doing. A little hard sometimes to design when it's all attached to something when you really can't move it around. Get any extra string off. Always good to do if you can. I love the stringed pearls, but we gotta. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I had a thought there. I had another thought and vision. So I think that works, especially if I can get that one to glue down. And that gives us a nice little poof over here. Alright, so let's get some lace on here. Get some glue on our lace appliques. Little bits and pieces. So you can turn your appliques and your laces into pretty much fussy cuts. I mean, if it's a really not so much busy, but detailed, applique. There's shapes and sizes. There's shapes. Oh, the dogs are barking. There are shapes within that applique that you can cut out, as you just saw me do. Right? We have leaves in two different sets of leaves. We have our floral. I've gone over a little too far on that one, but that's okay. I still have to cut the lace off that one. As you see, I have not cut the blue lace yet. I don't know why. I'm like, ugh, which means I'm right on the edge of that pocket, but that's okay. That might be another one where I let the lace overlap a little bit on the page, so it gives, some movement. But remember, we can't do too much off the edge. I did want some lace off the edge, but not too much because of the fact we do have the smaller gap over here, which is why we're not doing any tabs on the sides. We're doing them across the top. A little what I call happy planner style. Because there's not a lot of room, and I don't want to be having this big old tab into the page, but not really tabbing outward, right? So there we go. Loving it, loving it. That one I want pretty flat. Now let's trim off using, because this doesn't have like this where it has an edge, we're going to create it with the shears and do there we go. So hold on a sec. We're going to go into the page. So yeah, here, I think the issue was we were going to cut the edge. We were going to cut this scallop and run it across here as a option. So what I'm going to do actually, real quick, I'm not going to put it down. I want to do two things. We're going to cut this a little straighter with the thing. What I want to do is just cut this piece knowing that it is going to be what we need for the thing. Put this off to the side, right? This is stuff to use. But now that I know that I'm going to cut that off, I could trim it off, leave it here, and know that the rest of this is ready to go for any, to pull apart for any other project. So if I wanted the blue roses, our Tiffany blue roses over here on this other page or any other page, it's ready to go. I can sort of run with it because I know we're just going to use this to help not make this pocket concoction so harsh with a line. So we're putting that there. Tab it, and we're going to, decorate, probably stickle this and decorate these pretty good for our fancy piece. So there we go. That's what's going there. But I don't want to, I mean, we want to add another layer under there, so we're going to leave it just like that. But now I have this to play with and not have to worry. Like I could enhance, this blue one or this pink one with that, things we can do. Okay. There you go. Plus it takes that weight off and I'm not wondering. Now this is sticking out, so probably should glue that down so it doesn't get caught and accidentally rip off all the pretties. I'm like, Oh, all right. I don't even know how we're doing. Not too bad. I heard noise. So, okay. A little up, a little down. There we go. Oh, I'm loving that. Gotta have the flowers in there, right? I mean, you can't have a garden stroll without the flowers. It's just not doable. It's not the same. Oh, that's the other thing. The amount of glue. I don't know what I was thinking. I should just left them clear, but it's so hard. It's so hard. Okay, so we have a little something here. And the only reason we're not going too much more is because our journal card here is going to be, it's pretty substantial in its own right. So this is going to get decorated. So we know that that's going to take up some space, right? So we have this in here. It's upside down. So that definitely needs a little something across the top. She needs something across the top. So we're going to go over here. That's going to be our other piece. And then these guys are below and below. I think I do want both, huh? I want one here and I want one above. Now this one is, gotta clean it up, but I can corner this one if I wanted to. There's different ways to do it. My only dilemma on these is, again, it's inked in a way that is very squarish, and so rounding it just, man, everybody's noisy today. It's Sunday. Well, so you're seeing this on a Tuesday, but I'm filming on a Sunday morning because it was the only moment I had, and I knew if I didn't do it now, one, I wouldn't be able to do anything else on my work desk because it'd be in the way. But two, I just didn't want to take a chance of missing. This way gives me time to get a Thursday video up, create it in the beginning of the week for Thursday. So, but again, I can't do a completely different project if I have all the stuff sitting out. It's one thing to condense it, but once you do that, you just lose the whole momentum, right? So this one I'm leaving as is, and we definitely need to decorate the corner so we can see it, because all it's going to be is the butterfly up here. So she definitely needs a little something. This one, on the other hand, is pretty straightforward, so I can definitely round these corners. Now you can round everything you want. There's absolutely nothing wrong with rounding it. That's just my own personal, my own little OCD design problem. I'm like my own little OCD design tweaks. Like, all right, I was like, nope, that's just me. But maybe not be so harsh. I mean, barely do this, and then I'm going to actually come in with a blue ink for a little bit more color play on this one. We did that one in a more vintage or more vintage, but I'm like, no, I want a little bit more color on this. And we're, you know, sometimes it's just doing a nice busy ink. And oxide's great to do that with. Get a few swirls, it's okay. Now tags I usually like to do the what's the word? Stenciling. So we will do that to give it, so we have even some variety here within what we're doing. And we're going to try to keep it one way or another. This one definitely needs decor, as everything goes sliding. Oops, and this one goes, oh, there's the other one. I was like, something else is missing. So that needs to be in here with that. This, I may have put sideways, but maybe it's going to go up here. Watch, it doesn't hide, and that's sort of a, ugh, for me. Okay, so maybe I had her in there. We have a lot on that shelf. I am not, you know. I could tuck it in here just so that it feels like it's not too busy up here. But we definitely need to decorate this one. That needs a little something. That definitely needs something. So this one, I'm going to do the edges in blue. And we can actually keep it that way. And I think we'll do a stencil with this in blue. Sounds like a good idea. Now, the only downside is a lot of my brushes have used the vintage stuff. And so it's really hard to keep the blue on it. I notice if I go use my little brushes, and you know how hard I try to wipe off all the vintage, it inevitably picks up on that first and foremost, which is very interesting. So I'm like, but we're gonna use one of my favorites. Okay, definitely don't have enough room. I don't want to get, it's one thing to work on top of your project to a point. I'm all to a point, because then we're like, I used to have bigger. Well, I do, but yeah, what I have for, I was like, pearls would be really cute on each side of it, but those are really too big. I had smaller ones. I really did. I keep forgetting I have this. I wonder if we cut that in half. That would be a fun overlap to that. Okay, let me put this in here, and that's actually almost, you know, the exact color. These are in the shop. A lot of you have found them. Great, I'm so stoked I have them. Had them last year. They were like, I don't think I got them too late, I think, and so not a whole lot of people grabbed them. But this year they're on it. They have their Valentine things they want to do, and yeah, they're selling. Anyway, yeah, it's one thing to work on top of your project to a point, but like when you're doing something like this, don't do it. Don't do it. You'll regret it. So gotta be careful with the stencils. You can use your, you know, blender brush. You just gotta be careful that you go in the direction of the stencil. Ooh, trying to move it. So that you don't catch and pull back your bits and pieces that come loose. A lot of these are pretty, can be a little too delicate. I'm always pulling back a little darker in the corners, where you know it's, you know, and of course you want to go lighter as you're working your way out, because you know they're going to be writing on it. So see, ta-da. So that's an easy fix. Didn't print on it, went whoops, I forgot. This is my go-to. I have my floral stencils that I love, and I just, see, and ta-da. Now you can write on it, and it doesn't feel like you're dealing with a white, as you know, it doesn't feel as white when dealing with your ordeal. Now, this has pink lace on the top. I have pink lace, sort of. It would be great to take a chunk of this and just sort of overlap it a little bit. I know there's lace on there and you hate to block it, but at the same time, why not just enhance it? Or try to get it, we could add to it. You know, yeah, I hate covering up sometimes a digital piece, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I love the idea of it, but that needs to go on something else, I think. What if we, to bring the pink in a little bit, and the florals, of course, we could add this bit, these guys to this one. Yep, let's do that. Do some layering here. We're gonna get this one started very flat at first, and I saw a pink trim pearl thing I'm thinking about. Yeah, we have a couple thoughts. You just like, you see it in your head and then you're like, maybe not. You don't really know until you get it going. Until you add it and then you're like, yep, that works. No, it didn't. And this one I'm just sort of, wherever it sort of ended up plopping down is where I'm leaving it. Sometimes it's great to just go organic and just be like, yep, that's where it landed. That's apparently where it's staying. And that's okay. Of course, I am not using the right shears, but I'm using my paper ones right now. But I am not trying to cut beautiful. You know, I'm not cutting off yards of fabric right now and using the wrong scissors. I am trying to trim off pieces. And I'm leaving it where it is. I'm not, you know, because this now could go across the bottom. I mean, I'm never trying to limit the possibility for the next piece, right? That, and I took off the top scallop for something else, and this is what was left over. So, there's that. I do have pink pom-poms, but I don't know if this is very pom-pommy. Don't know if this is very pom-pom-ish. There's that. But where is the pink? There it is. I'm thinking, I saw this, and I want to... I mean, I can make it really little and just do this one spot, but because it is squared out the way it is, I don't know. Or rounded out the way it is. So I was thinking maybe all the way across, or 5 maybe, 2, 4, 5, a little piece in the corner, or all the way across. You know, we started with one thing and we ended up working on something else. That's okay. Sometimes what happens, you go to work, you go to use a piece of material and you're like, that doesn't work for that. But that potentially has some great, you know. So if I put it in here, come on. Do I want just a little in the corner? Or do I want to go all the way across knowing that it's going to be bumped up against? I was just looking to see. This one might not. Ooh, come off. Ugh, I hate when I do that. This one may just stay. You know, there's a few pieces that might not do anything. I got the blue piece in there that I haven't done anything with yet. Just cornered it and have to ink it. Maybe a few that just sort of stay very, you know, flat, easy to write on, nothing to worry about. That is the other thing. You get too busy with the card on the front. It makes it really hard to lay it down and write on it later, right? So there's a little bit of a limit, but, or you want to do it in a spot where it's not going to be so, well, we seem to be doing in sections, so I feel like just doing a 5 count. Oh, these are pink. Maybe we should put those on there. Okay. Yeah, you want odd numbers if you can. In some ways, there'll be 3 items on here. Those is a set of 1 and 2. Those were 3 flowers. Pushing it here. I mean, Lace's side was 3 items here, right? I don't know. I know it's only 2 here, but it had that masquerade ball like feel, so that was different. So 2, 4, 5, 7 goes all the way underneath. All right, come here. 5 is just cute and in the corner. 2, 4, and 5. 7 is a little farther in. 7 is about a third of the card. 5 is definitely just a little blimp. I guess the question is, do I put something else with this? That might be the thing. I'm wondering if I need to put something with it. And I don't have any of these flowers by themselves. I just realized that. We do have the edge of this one, though. I'm just wondering, like, yeah, if it needs to be something that is helping transition into something else. Like, is there something coming off of it? Do I go up the side and have... Here I'm going one way and think, well, maybe not. I know it gets tucked in, and so you're only seeing so much off the top. think it's too much. I either have to cut in between, which I don't know. I sort of like the idea of, and it's not quite working in my favor. All right, nope. We're going a different direction. It happens. We start moving stuff around. We start playing with it. We start wondering what it'll do. And it goes totally different. Put this one down first. I get to use up something that I have. It does match this a little bit, I just realized, but it's alright. Little matchy-matchy there, but probably... Oh, it is matchy-matchy, though. No, okay. It's just an extension of it. It's alright. It's okay. I said, my brain. It's a little... I don't know why I have to rationalize, like, why it is where it is. Like I say, I envy those who can decorate and in any fashion, eclectically. It all goes together in the end. Like, it comes out and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's great. But if you pulled it apart and looked at all the different pieces and what's in there and what it's doing, and I would go insane. I can't. I go, oh, I can't combine those. What are you talking about? Someone else does it, and I'm like, oh, it's gorgeous. And I'm like, I try to do it, and I'm like, I'm learning. I got pretty good at Christmas trying to do a shelf in my not so much eclectic, but yeah, eclectic. It's like, oh, it's all pretty vintage in color. Either it could be totally new and totally old. And learn to really decorate up a thing real good. And I did pretty good this year too. We went more kiddish, and so I found all the bright colors in the boxes and I'm getting there. At least in decor and shelving and shelving units, and you're decorating up them. I'm getting better at clustering unusual pieces, but patterns. Oh yeah, I'm still a little matchy there. Okay, so this is sort of an extension. Oh, we do have some spots that come up. Of the pocket, which is okay. Hopefully you're crafting along with me today. This beautiful little afternoon of yours. Or morning, depending. Midnight, I don't know. Sometimes, I know some of you ladies probably see this in the middle of the night if you watch it when it first comes up. So, yeah, I goofed on that. I didn't goof, but it definitely means it is tucked underneath because of the fact that I didn't really want to block the pearls. And I did. It's so funny. We want to be able to see everything, right, when we do it. And all we see is this. And it does stick up a little bit, which, okay, great. The rose is right there. Now I'm going to figure out what to do with that. Still needed to figure out what to do with this. These will stay in here. They're all just coming out. Okay. Oh, but I saw the potential of the pearls on this one. The other pearls. I had the flatter pearls that I wanted for that one. So we're taking the blues, we're decorating with pink. We got pink page with pink pockets, tealy blue ephemera that is then being decorated in as many of the pretty colors as possible. But yes, we definitely have some pink in places. If I can get that where I get the... Those are a little bigger than I wanted. I think those are like the white ones, and I said under the white because I thought they would be too big, and I don't think these are any smaller now. Shoot. Not really. Oh, instead of inking it, I could do that. But even that feels really heavy. Don't like that. I thought they were flatter. Shoot. Alright, I can put one in the middle up there, which is fine. Absolutely beautiful. And this can go somewhere else. I'm like, nope, that isn't going to work right now. Don't mind the idea of that, because sometimes we put things sticking out. So having this up here would help grab it and pull it up. So sorry, guys. My voice again. I wanted to enhance this. You can do a little butterfly on a little bit of foam that would help it stick up. Get a butterfly down there. We could put a second one up here with a little bit of a pop of lace or something behind it. It's really hard when they're already really decorative to do much to them because they already do their job. So it's when it's plain and you're trying to add something to it, which is great, right? Or there's a very big gap up here of plainness. I'm trying to get my little chiffon cluster up here, so maybe we will do a, really mess this up a little bit, as much as I can. Glue and cluster this maybe up here and put the pink on top of it. I think we're just gonna do this. I don't think this tag's gonna have as much as I thought. A little something, because we definitely don't want it to just be there plain. But I also don't feel like, I just want to, definitely want to scrunch it up here on top. Try not to glue it down. Crunch it up. Do something. Come on. Such a small section, and it's such a little area, and all I'm doing is getting glue all over my fingers. And that is transferring. That's not good. Glue is taking my nail polish color. All right, that did not work. Usually, when a crinkled we do, and I've done this before. I know I've bunched it up. I bunched it up here. It needs to be less sticky, I guess. All right, I'm trying to get the sticky part off. Being that it is a frayed chiffon, it just, you know, all the glue comes right through, right? I have a nice big old glop here, hoping it all holds. Yeah, I still have to take down Christmas. Can you imagine that, guys? Ugh. Well, I tried to start this weekend to take down Christmas, and I got interrupted. And I wasn't feeling it, and that was slow, and then I needed to work on stuff that was, you know, comes first. There's a reason why now I know why Christmas doesn't come down to almost February. You know, oh, come on. We definitely, you know, we hit the ground running. The moment we get out of our vacation, well, you know, holiday vacation mode with the kiddos, you know, it's hit the ground running. It's restocking the shop. It's putting in new product. It's getting, you know, things that make it possible for you guys for Valentine, whatever. And we added in all the new stuff. So it was like, I went, you know, and I just didn't have the time. Or then you get into the weekends and you're like, well, I have to get other things done. So, all right, there we go. We'll do that. A little rough, fluffy, whatever, with this in the middle. Try to put my hands on it to hope it will. There we go. Little something to enhance. I'm going to stickle it, but I don't know. It'd probably just get caught and it would probably roll. If I stickled anything, it'd be up here. And I don't know if I have any pink. I mean, just have clear. Look, ugh, I don't know if I want to put a clear over the pink. I mean, I think a rose gold. I could enhance it a little bit up there. Actually, that might be pretty on this one. If nothing else, do that to that. Okay. Blue. I have all my others, which I noticed I was having problems with some of my things lately. I don't know, they're separating out or something. I'm getting the clear, but I'm not getting the glitter part, so I'm like, eek. It was a diamond and wasn't icicles and something else, and I was not getting, all I was getting was white out and not the actual glitter. That's the whole point. You want the glitter, otherwise it's just, you know, clear. And on paper it runs the ink, so you gotta be careful. Okay, so we've got that with that. The only thing left was this one, which is a little far-fetched if we do this. And so I think I'm gonna come in here and trim and see how little green I can get. There we go. So it's not bad. It's just a little bit of green, not a lot, to decorate this corner, which of course you may not see. We go across the middle as a, ooh, I like that, as a, like in the middle for a pole. Okay, so let's get the ink going. I am doing dual inks on this one. I love to, on occasion, ink according to the color of the paper. So I did the blue on the bottom. I'm doing the vintage on the sides. And then if I really wanted to get fancy, I would do a little bit more pink across the top because, you know, we have flowers up here, right? So, I'm wanting to try to, but that pink is definitely light. So, I don't know. Yeah, you try, you go, maybe, and then I just go, whoop, really lightly. There we go. Well, I hear the water running, so one of my children is up. One of them is up. And we will stick to the blue on this side. This is little. We can do a little bit, we'll keep to the blue guys here. but we will throughout the thing. The tags will definitely be, if they're not decorated with pockets and other things, we will stencil the tags and potentially the large journal cards if I need to. All right, and let's just do a little bit of. Oh, well, the page is turning out really pretty. It is working its way through. We're decorating the page by decorating areas of the journal cards that can be seen, so that it adds to it, right? Not decorating edges where we can't see them and tucked in and get caught. We're going to decorate what we can see, leaving the rest sort of open and airy. I want something down here though so bad. Where's the... There it is. See, this is where I'd almost want to put the other blue trim, other half of it, right? Or even a bit of... I mean, we could go all the way up. I don't know if I have anything really, but we could almost make a little pocket out of it. It might not ever get anything tucked into it, but we could glue it down as a potential little mini pocket. Or if I wanted to stuff something into it, I could. All right, guys, we're going to attempt something here. I can't help myself. But it should be flat enough that it wouldn't get in the way. Let's see. Tiny little ephemera journal card pocket. Why not, right? Press, 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 press. Okay, let's do here. And, oh, there we go. Cornered a little bit so we don't lose our feel there. And then, it's going to be cute to tuck. Well, I can either put the coin in there. I wanted to put this. I don't know if I have a bigger one or not, though. Hold on. I was seeing... Oh, I have a much bigger one. Well, that one's too big. That's too big. Okay. I mean, now that gets in the way of the flower if we want it. I can either tuck a butterfly into it, but that's decor. No, I want this little guy. I don't know. I could tuck a coin into it, but that's sort of silly. So what if we... For now. And I'm not gluing it in or anything, so it's not like it's... If this... We go, oh, I need the perfect fussy cut. It might be that I have to take it out and find something else to put in it. But just sort of cute idea. Now, I do have, and I just realized it, I have little pieces over here, guys. Here, I'm cutting this out. It would be cute in there, but I have, sorry, the word duh, bad. Such not a... I have these guys, but... These are too big. And I'm trying to be this perfect whatever, and it's not going to happen. But what if... I feel like those are too small. Too many options, right? Okay, hold on. What do we do here? What if we... We don't need any more of the ladies. We have plenty of ladies on this thing, but... Sorry, I'm making a mess. This is hopefully one of the last things we're doing. I think we're almost done between that and the butterfly on the top. So hopefully you guys suck it out and with me. But yeah, things have been quite enough. I mean, busy in the shop, and the kids are... the oldest is back in college. She's got her classes going again. So that's going to be, fun and interesting. And the other one is, in full practice for her. This is normally something you would decorate with, but I'm thinking... tiny little rounded corners here. Let's see if we can... it doesn't really fit because it's so long I can't get it in there. Okay, well, it was a thought. I'm like, no. I mean, I could do other things to it, I guess. I don't know if I have an itty bitty... I think that itty bitty corner is still a lot. No, okay. I mean, you could just... Doop. It won't be even, but it's something cute. All right. If you just didn't want it super perfect, which yes, my cutting is absolutely atrocious, so there we go. Trying to pretend to even it out. What if we just did something like that? Took one of my little minis, put a lace pocket on it, and add more little minis to it. And we're going to put it in the pocket. And no one's going to be the wiser, right? Unless you watch this and you saw me make it. I guess it'll be a surprise then, right? If you buy the Folio, buy the Secretarial Folio, and you weren't watching this video, then it would be a surprise to you. And this is one of the other ones like we're doing with this one. It's going to say probably pretty plain, unless later down the line I have leftovers, you know, and I want to put like a Post-it or something else in it. But we're going to put, and we'll put that one here. No, we'll put it off to the side. And then this little guy, isn't he cute? Into our shelf. You're going to see that there's something going on. Maybe. Right? Where this one goes straight up and down. This one goes way over here. It's sort of tucked in. And then we have her right here. There we go. Ooh, I'm sort of liking. I think we're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. So this one, I think I'm going to do some stickle. So when she sticks out here, you can see that, and you know it's got some potential. But I will do that off camera because we do not want. That's going to take a moment to dry, so there's a rush on that. Okay, and I will add her in later. So last but not least, oh no, where to go? I think we're going to stick sort of like this. I like the idea of the roughness, so it goes off the thing a little bit, lands here. Yep. And nothing is too overly bulky, I don't think. And we're not really trying, you know, we're not trying to, I believe we have to write on the back side of this, but it is not the end of the world, I think, on anything where I'll have to decide if a writing board will come into this, the contraption. Being on this is on one side. Depends. I think if I get really busy with a lot of this stuff, I might have to give you guys a writing board so that you can definitely. Oh, I love that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I am so glad we did this today, guys. I hope you liked it, loved it, enjoyed it. You crafted along with me and decorated one of your pages, right? Your ephemera and your pages with it. Coming up with ideas, looking at what you have in your stash, just going, what? And I have everything I can think of laid out over here in white and green and pink, blue, you know, cream, whatever, and the bling to go with it, hoping that we can come up with enough concoctions and combinations and things to decorate a page up, right? To really give it some personality and enjoy its potential, because there's always something to be said and had. And, you know, yes, there's a slight pattern or a rhythm to this one, you know, because we picked things that are similar in bits and pieces and wanted to enjoy it. So now, last but not least, is probably putting the tab on it for sure. Now, I know this one needs to be decorated. I'm just not sure which way yet. If at all, I don't know yet. It is a nice little border piece. So it's going to be one of those things that as I go, I may be like, all right, well, that works. So let's make that, you know, our section. Usually I'm cutting the tab off to the side, guys. Sorry, I don't want to put any more, what's it call it, don't really want to put any more, there we go, junk on that. So I am going to ink this one so it sticks up. Not so much I wanted to blend in the bottom. I just realized I didn't really want to do that part because I don't always want it to be super obvious that there's a tab here. But we're going to try to do this. Now when it's glued, you do want to make sure that there isn't white. Now this part goes, of course, on the page. It's this up here that you want to pay attention to because it will be glued back to back. And you sort of want it to blend and not have a white all of a sudden sticking out on one side. That's not really cute. So let's make sure it's all inked. And across the middle now, because that middle is not what's going to be seen. Okay, so There's two things. You can design it according to, like, I may want to go lighter on the page itself because we don't want it to compete, so that the decorative piece is what we see on this end. It's a little more decorative when it's closed. So we'll start over here because it is sort of, I don't want to get over, where do I go? Middle, knowing the other ones are on the outside. Where are we? We're in, well, here's the other thing. Where are we in this? So this one's going to have one, so I can make it edge. And this one's going to have one that's on the next side. And then I had the potential of, I don't know what we were, oh, this was going to go inside that one. I know we had maybe on the end here, on the inside. And it's just deciding where to put them. So, 1, 2. No, maybe this one might go in the middle then. I'm sort of looking to see, because I really hate to have two of one style and one of the other and very obviously have them in the wrong direction. So we'll put her on the far end. The one in the front will go there, and something in between will have another one of these. So we will go to the one far end. I haven't even used my glitter glue today. Oh, and it's been leaking. Whoopsie. It is sort of a, if you leave it outside, it's, or out where the weather changes consistently, our stoppers will keep it from coming completely up and over. It won't leak out, but it may fill into your caps. So these are just little things. Like some people use the caps and pins. If you've got a stainless steel, that won't rust. And you put it into the rubber stopper and then put it in. It does work really well. The rubber actually stopper helps. Bottle topper, not really stopper. Does sort of help have a grip on the pin, which is nice. So yeah, I love it, but it's finding pins. I find the stainless steel decorative ones, but they're so soft that I feel that, you know, they do bend really easy. And so you end up, you can't go too far in, I did notice, because of the edge of the paper, but let's see, let's try that. And hope that it doesn't pull. I'm a little worried there. That's looser than I expected. I can probably tighten it up, but. All right, so there's our first tab. Woohoo! So when you close the book, and the book's been open for a little bit, I'm going to have to close that. You see, why is that sticking out? Sorry, this is starting to bug me. I'm like, why are you sticking out? Go down. All right, so you got here, we'll see more across, but as you open it, there's a tab, makes you wonder. And the whole point is to go, oh, what's here? And there you go. All right, there is our beautiful piece. Moves around a little bit, make sure she gets tucked in a little bit more, but there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are decorated up. We have our 3 pockets with a 4th slit. We have, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of ephemera in here, decorated lace, trims, fussy cuts, and we'll have some stickle in places where it needs to be. And we have a beautiful page all ready to go, tabbed and all, and then, you know, hopefully a nice piece right beside it. That'll be a great companion to what we just did. See, maybe we'll put that big pink thing down here. Ugh, gotta love pearls and fingernails, right? Nope, can't pick it up. Anyway, that might go down there, so we'll figure it out. But love you all very much. Appreciate you coming along today as I am working on this and getting things going and all that jazz. As extra kitty cats, I just realized, are in the house. I shouldn't be in the house. Okay, time to go then. So love you all very much. Thank you for joining me as we are working our way through all of this. And hopefully you'll come join me on Thursday as we do a little maybe Valentine Happy Mail prep. Let's see if I can come up with something cute that we can fold and tuck and have fun with. Once I get all this other lovely stuff out of the way. Oh my gosh, right? So much to do. So love you all very much. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week if I don't see you until the next video. And all of your creative moments are enjoyable. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.